Look closely at your hand. The skin is changing. Every single second, millions of microscopic copy errors are occurring inside your cellular blueprints as your body struggles to maintain its fragile structure against the environment. This is the tax of time. Why does everything have to fall apart? Your body is a clock. The gears are grinding. From the moment you take your very first breath, a relentless and invisible biological countdown ticks away deep inside every single strand of your double helix DNA. You are built to decay. Is there any way to stop the timer? Nature has a rule. Everything must die. Across billions of years of evolutionary history on this planet, every single complex organism has ultimately submitted to the inevitable laws of aging, cellular senescence, and physical destruction. Death seems completely absolute. But what if a glitch exists in the system? The ocean holds secrets. The depths are dark. Deep beneath the crashing waves, a microscopic creature is quietly breaking the most fundamental law of the universe by refusing to follow the path of mortality. It refuses to age. How did it escape the countdown? Meet the immortal jellyfish. It is incredibly tiny. Floating aimlessly in the vast oceans, this translucent speck of jelly has discovered how to completely reverse its biological clock at will whenever life becomes too difficult. It defies death entirely. What is its secret weapon? The story begins recently. The discovery was accidental. In the hot summer of 1988, a young German marine biology student named Christian Sommer was vacationing in a small coastal town along the Italian Riviera. He was collecting local marine life. Why did he find a miracle? He explored the waters. The town was Rapallo. Diving along the beautiful rocky coast, he gathered hundreds of tiny marine specimens to study under his microscope for a routine university research project. He wanted simple data. Did he know he was making history? He found a jellyfish. It was microscopic. This strange creature, known scientifically as Turritopsis Dohrnii, was only a few millimeters wide and possessed a handful of delicate, hair-like tentacles floating around its bell. It looked completely ordinary. Was it hiding a secret? Sommer kept the creatures. He used glass jars. He placed the tiny jellyfish on his laboratory desk and went away for a long weekend trip without realizing he was leaving behind a scientific revolution. He left them alone. What happened in the dark? The desk was quiet. The weekend passed by. When the young researcher returned to his laboratory on Monday morning, he expected to find a jar of dead organisms floating at the top of the stagnant water. He looked closely. Why was the jar full of infants? The adults were gone. New life had appeared. Instead of dead, decomposing tissue at the bottom of the container, Sommer saw a thriving colony of youthful polyps anchored firmly to the glass surface. The mature jellyfish had vanished. How could an adult become a baby? Nature was moving backward. Time had flipped. The scientific community initially refused to believe these bizarre reports because it challenged every established paradigm of evolutionary biology and cellular development. They demanded more proof. Who would step forward to find it? Another scientist stepped up. His name was Giorgio Bavistrello. Working alongside Christian Sommer, he began to meticulously document this impossible reversal under strict laboratory conditions to prove the skeptics wrong. They watched the jars constantly. What did they see unfold? The process was shocking. The jellyfish collapsed. When the adult creature faced starvation, physical damage, or sudden environmental stress, it did not wither away and die like every other animal on Earth. It chose a different path. How did it survive the trauma? It became a blob. The tentacles dissolved completely. Within a matter of hours, the complex swimming jellyfish transformed into a silent gelatinous mass called a cyst that showed no signs of active life. It looked completely dead. Was this the final end? The blob began changing. The cells were rearranging. Inside that tiny sphere of jelly, a miraculous process of biological rewriting was occurring at a lightning-fast pace as specialized tissues forgot their functions. The software was resetting. Was this a complete overhaul? A polyp emerged. The cycle restarted. From the ruins of the old adult body, a fresh, youthful colony anchored itself firmly to the bottom of the glass and began budding new swimming medusae. It grew rapidly. How does the code do this? Think about your body. The system is rigid. Your cells are highly specialized workers that can only perform one specific job for their entire existence from the moment they are assigned a role. A heart cell pumps blood. Can it ever change its mind? Skin protects your flesh. Bone provides structure. Once your human cells choose a career path during embryonic development, they are locked into that identity forever, until they eventually grow old and die. They cannot go back. Why are we so limited? The jellyfish has freedom. Its cells are fluid. It utilizes a rare and radical biological process known to geneticists as transdifferentiation to alter its entire physical makeup without needing stem cells. It changes cell identities easily. Is this the ultimate trick? A muscle cell shifts. It strips its identity. During the emergency regression into a cyst, a fully mature cell can completely erase its history and become an entirely different type of tissue like a nerve cell. It changes functions instantly. Is this the key to eternity? The blueprint is rewritten. The genes are altered. Scientists studying the genome of Turritopsis dohrnii discovered that the creature activates a massive network of DNA repair mechanisms to protect its structural integrity. It fixes every error. How does it protect its core code? Chromosomes have caps. They are called telomeres. In your human body, these protective caps shorten every single time your cells divide, leading to old age, physical decay, and eventual systemic failure. The jellyfish resets them completely. How do they never run out? The clock winds back. Aging is erased. By maintaining pristine telomeres and repairing every genetic typo with hyper-efficient accuracy, the creature can theoretically repeat this loop for thousands of generations. It avoids biological death. Is it truly immortal? The world was skeptical. Skepticism is healthy. Many researchers argued that this transformation was a rare fluke that could only happen a few times before failing due to genetic degradation. They needed long-term data. Who would provide it? His name is Shin Kubota. He works in Japan, based at Kyoto University. This eccentric scientist dedicated his entire life to the preservation, daily feeding, and continuous study of the immortal jellyfish. He kept them in small bowls. Did he find the answer? He cleaned them daily. He fed them shrimp. With incredible patience that baffled his academic peers, Kubota managed to keep a single colony alive in his laboratory for over 2 consecutive years. He watched them loop constantly. How did he maintain his focus? They flipped 10 times. The creatures never degenerated. He watched the exact same organism transform from adult to baby and back to adult over and over again, without showing a single sign of decay. They proved the theory correct. Why isn't the ocean full of them? The ocean is dangerous. Immortality is conditional. While the jellyfish cannot die of old age, it is still incredibly small, fragile, and completely defenseless against the endless predators of the deep sea. It gets eaten constantly. Is it just basic food? Fish swallow them whole. Turtles consume them easily. A sudden change in ocean currents or a rampant bacterial disease can wipe out an entire population of these immortal creatures in a matter of seconds. They die all the time. Are they really so powerful? Yet they are spreading. The invasion is silent. A brilliant marine scientist named Maria Pia Miglietta began analyzing the genetic markers of these jellyfish across the globe and stumbled upon a terrifying reality. She discovered something staggering. Were they taking over? The DNA was identical. The clones were everywhere. She found the exact same genetic footprint in the waters off Spain, Italy, Japan, Florida, and the tropical coast of Panama. They were traveling the world. How did they move so fast? Cargo ships are responsible. They carry ballast water. Large ocean vessels suck up millions of gallons of seawater to stabilize their massive hulls before crossing the planet's vast and unforgiving oceans. The jellyfish hitchhike inside. Do they mind the dark? The journey is hostile. There is no food. Any normal marine creature would quickly perish during a multi-week voyage inside a dark, toxic steel tank filled with stagnant water. The immortal jellyfish simply retreats. How does it survive the journey? It sleeps through danger. It waits for safety. When the cargo ship arrives at its destination and dumps the ballast water, the dormant blob wakes up and morphs back into a thriving polyp. It conquers the new environment. Is it the perfect traveler? Look at your reflection. Consider your mortality. For thousands of years, humanity has built civilizations, written masterpieces, and fought wars under the shadow of a ticking clock that we cannot escape. We accept aging as absolute. Why do we think it is mandatory? The jellyfish challenges this. It shatters the assumption. It proves that aging is not an immutable law of physics like gravity, thermodynamics, or the expansion of the cosmos. It is just a program. Can we rewrite our own code? Medical researchers are trying. The stakes are massive. Scientists are currently dissecting the genome of Turritopsis dohrnii to understand how we might unlock cellular reprogramming in human tissue to save lives. They want to heal hearts. Can they cure every disease? Imagine a future world. The implications are dizzying. If we can master the art of transdifferentiation, we could potentially regrow damaged organs or reverse the effects of devastating neurological decline like Alzheimer's. We could extend human lifespan indefinitely. What would society look like? But would you want to? The question is heavy. The immortal jellyfish achieves its eternal existence by paying a devastating psychological and physical price that most humans would find completely unacceptable. It sacrifices its identity entirely. Does it even matter? It forgets its past. It loses its form. Every time it resets its clock. It dissolves its existing nervous system and surrenders whatever individual history it possessed during its brief time as an adult. It survives by erasing itself. Is that truly living? You're different. You hold memories. The wrinkles on your skin, the scars on your flesh, and the hard-earned lessons in your mind are the beautiful record of your unique journey through time. They define who you are. What gives you meaning? Time makes life precious. The end creates value, because you know your days are strictly limited. Your love becomes urgent, your art becomes passionate, and your shared moments become deeply sacred. Would eternal life become eternal boredom? Perhaps true immortality is different. It is not about biology. It is about the legacy you leave behind in the hearts and minds of the people who continue the human story after you're gone. We live through our impact. Is that not enough? Look closely at your hand. The skin is changing. Every single second. Millions of microscopic copy errors are occurring inside your cellular blueprints as your body beautifully records the story of your life. This is the tax of time. Can you look closely at your hand and see the beautiful masterpiece of a finite life?